it says on it is The Beatles. I've never seen the cover before. It's just like a white, and then he spins it. It's just kind of like a greatest hits album, but it came out in like the 80s, so this was like before one. So it kind of flew under the radar. But that got me thinking. All these like best of or like greatest hit albums for bands always use the same songs. It's like the handful, and they just like change like the order that they're in so they can just get another like quick buck. And I was thinking, what if I made my own best of albums for my favorite bands? And so I did. I made it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different bands that I all adore. I adore all of them. And I'm going to be sharing with you guys the track lists that I put together. Now let me go over a few rules that I set up for myself when making these. 1, I could not go over 25 songs. Now, I know that seems like a big number. However, I looked it up, and the Beatles album has 27 tracks, so I figured I was fine. And also, it was really hard getting like the Beatles down to 25, so I needed to. Rule 2, I did not include any covers that these bands might have done, which made some of these kind of hard, but we'll get into that. Third, this isn't really a rule, more of like a disclaimer. Not all of these have 25 songs on them. That could be either because their discography is too small for me to choose 25 solid ones, or I haven't listened to enough songs of theirs. And another kind of disclaimer, these are in no particular order. Like the song, I haven't put the songs in like any particular order. It's kind of like the order when they came out, but it's not like perfect. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, I will read out my track list now, starting with the Beatles. So, I'll just read them out and then provide commentary afterwards, because, fun fact, this is my second time trying to record this, and the first time I said something about the song each time, and that was going to be like an hour and a half long video. Alright, so the Beatles. Track 1, Please Please Me. Track 2, Not a Second Time. Track 3, I'm Happy Just to Dance with You. Track 4, And I Love Her. Track 5, No Reply. Track 6, I Need You. Track 7, It's Only Love. Track 8, Yesterday. Track 9, Michelle. Track 10, Wait. Track 11, Eleanor Rigby. Track 12, Here, There, and Everywhere. Track 13, And Your Bird Can Sing. Track 14, Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite. Track 15, A Day in the Life. Track 16, Your Mother Should Know. Track 17, Strawberry Fields Forever. Track 18, Hey Bulldog. Track 19, While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Track 20, Long, Long, Long. Track 21, You Never Give Me Your Money. Track 22, and this one's kind of cheating, but you'll understand why I had to put them all together. Golden Slumbers / Carry That Weight / The End. You can't really separate those. Track 23, Across the Universe. Track 24, She Loves You. And track 25, This Boy. So, I know I did have a few songs in there that appear on basically every popular Beatles song lists, like Yesterday and has it been on the Blue album? Maybe it was on the Blue album, but yeah. So there you go. There's my list. Few obscure, few really popular. Let me know what you think. Obviously, this is all opinions, so you can agree, disagree, anything. Alright, so gonna move on to a band that I have talked about in the past on this channel, and arguably one of my favorite bands ever, Beirut. So chances are you aren't going to recognize a lot of these songs, but I recommend you check them out. I'll give all of my lists down in the description. Alright, so track 1, Prenzlauerberg. Track 2, Postcards from Italy. Track 3, Bratislava. Track 4, Elephant Gun. Track 5, My Family's Role in the World Revolution. Track 6, Scenic World. Track 7, Carousels. Track 8, Nonce. Track 9, Glico. Track 10, Cherbourg. Track 11, La Llorona. Track 12, The Akara. Track 13, The Shrew. Track 14, The Concubine. Track 15, A Candle's Fire. Track 16, The Riptide. Track 17, Vagabond. Track 18, Port of Call. Track 19, No No No. Track 20, When I Die. Track 21, Guy Boy. Track 22, Transatlantique. Track 23, Fisher Island Sound. Track 24, Die Tusam Ersprung. And track 25, Hadzel. So, if you are a Beirut fan, then you'll realize I did put a lot of his most iconic songs. However, Beirut doesn't have a best of album, so it's not like he has like this handful of like really well-known songs, so pretty convenient. But like Postcards from Italy and Elephant Gun and Nonce, like very, very famous Beirut songs. I added almost the entire Long Island EP to this. The only one I was missing was the Long Island Sound, which I love. The only problem is it's 50 seconds long. But yeah, I think it's a very solid list. I'm pretty proud of it. This was obviously not as hard as trying to narrow down 25 Beatles songs, but still very hard. Because I really do love basically all of his songs. They're so unique and so fantastic. Alright, so on to band 3, which is Nirvana. Very popular band. However, when I was making this list, I found I'm actually not as big of a fan of Nirvana as I thought I was. For starters, there's only 15 tracks on this one. And also I realized I haven't listened to many of their songs. I've listened to their 3 main albums and like some home demos here and there, but like I need to listen to more Nirvana songs. However, I will say Gert did do a lot of covers, which I said not allowed to do covers, so. But yeah, this list is gonna be kind of standard. It's probably gonna be a lot of songs that you hear on normal best of hits, which defeats the whole purpose of this video, but I really love Nirvana and wanted to make it, so. Track 1, Smells Like Teen Spirit. Track 2, In Bloom. Track 3, Breed. Track 4, Lithium. Track 5, Train You. Track 6, Lounge Act. Track 7, Serve the Servants. Track 8, Heart-Shaped Box. Track 9, Army. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the full word. Track 10, Dumb. Track 11, Penny Royalty. Track 12, You Know You're Right. Track 13, About a Girl. Track 14, Do Re Mi. And track 15, Where Did You Sleep Last Night? So, like I said, it's a very generic kind of list, but in my defense, he didn't have that was the last home demo we ever made, last song we ever recorded. That might be my favorite Nirvana song, either that or Lounge Act. So yeah, bit of a fake fan, I found out, and that made me really sad, because I love Nirvana a lot. But yeah, it Smells Like Teen Spirit. I know, but when it comes down to it, it's a really good song, okay? Let's skip over Nirvana, okay? Let's share this. Let's spare me the shame. Alright, so on to band 4, which is the Decemberists. You may have heard of them, you may haven't. I don't know. They're pretty popular, but I wouldn't say like extremely popular, but like they made a song for the Hunger Games, like the original Hunger Game movie, so I mean they're pretty up there. But anyway, track 1, Leslie and Levine. Track 2, Here I Dreamt I Was an Architect. Track 3, July, July. Track 4, Odalisque. Track 5, Grace Cathedral Hill. Track 6, The Legionnaire's Lament. Track 7, Los Angeles, I'm Yours. Track 8, The Gymnast High Above the Ground. Track 9, The Bachelor and the Bride. Track 10, The Infidel. Track 11, We Both Go Down Together. Track 12, The Sporting Life. Track 13, 16 Military Wives. Track 14, The Engine Driver. Track 15, On the Bus Mall. Track 16, Yankee Bayonet, in parentheses, I Will Be Home Then. Track 17, Oh Valencia. Track 18, Summer Song. Track 19, Calling Up the Fold. Track 20, After the Bombs. Track 21, Cavalry Captain. Track 22, Filomeno. Track 23, Make You Better. Track 24, The Wrong Year. Track 25, Better Not Wake the Baby. So, I'll be super upfront. I haven't listened to a few of their albums in full. I'd imagine I'm missing like 4 at most. If I had to seriously guess, I would say either 2 or 3 I haven't listened to. But yeah, all of those songs are phenomenal. Like when they make a good song, do they make a good song? But yeah, I think it's a fantastic band, and there's really not much else to say. It's just a solid band with some solid songs. About it. Alright, on to band 5. This one was an undertaking. It is Neutral Milk Hotel. Now, Neutral Milk Hotel might currently be my favorite band. I will admit it. They are just, I love Jeff Mangum so much. He's such an inspiration to me. Just for so many reasons. And his music is unlike anything I have ever heard. And just every song is beautiful. However, since he is part of the Elephant Six Collective and he went into hiding for like 50 years, that's an exaggeration, he doesn't actually have a ton of official releases. Like when it comes to official releases, he has 2 albums in like a little tiny handful of singles. Luckily, I guess 4 albums actually. Okay, there's like 2 albums and like 2 EP album deals. Luckily though, like I was saying, we just have his songs somehow. I don't know who leaked them or who found them, but we just have his demos. Now I will be honest, I haven't listened to a lot of the demos in full, and that's for various reasons. But yeah, so obviously a lot of these songs are gonna be from In the Aeroplane Over the Sea, because that's the perfect album and it's the best album in the world. obviously I tried to add as many good songs as I could and not just ride Aeroplane until I die. So, track 1, Song Against Sex. Track 2, You've Passed. Track 3, Marching Theme. Track 4, Where You'll Find Me Now. Track 5, Gardenhead, Leave Me Alone. Track 6, Naomi. Track 7, April 8th. Track 8, and I merged these into one track, The King of Carrot Flowers, parts 1, 2, and 3. Track 9, In the Aeroplane Over the Sea. Track 10, Two-Headed Boy. Track 11, The Fool. Track 12, All in 1945. Track 13, Communist Daughter. Track 14, Oh Comely. Track 15, Two-Headed Boy Part 2. Track 16, Oh Sister. Track 17, I Will Bury You in Time. Track 18, My Dream Girl Don't Exist. Track 19, Trilogy. Track 20, Heroin Bath. Track 21, Little Birds. And track 22, Acid. So, only 22 tracks. Like I said, I tried to add as many broad and like fast Milk Hotel songs as I could because I need people to realize that Milk Hotel isn't just Aeroplane. Like all of Jeff's work is phenomenal and beautiful and fantastic, and it is so worth the time to do the digging for his songs. Like a few of those like later ones, like Trilogy and Heroin Bath. Those two are the most like beautiful songs I've ever heard. Like, it's wonderful. But yeah, Milk Hotel, please check them out. Alright, here is band 6, Blondie, a band you have almost definitely heard of. So, alright, so track 1, In the Sun. Track 2, Rip Her to Shreds. Track 3, Out in the Streets. Track 4, Fan Mail. Track 5, Denny. Track 6, Contact in Red Square. Track 7, in parentheses, I'm always touched by your, not in parentheses, presence, dear. Track 8, I didn't have the nerve to say no. Track 9, No Imagination. Track 10, Hanging on the Telephone. Track 11, One Way or Another. Track 12, Picture This. Track 13, Pretty Baby. Track 14, 11:59. Track 15, Will Anything Happen? Track 16, Sunday Girl. Track 17, Heart of Glass. Track 18, I'm Gonna Love You Too. Track 19, Dreaming. Track 20, Union City Blue. 21, Slow Motion. Track 22, Atomic. Track 23, Live It Up. Track 24, Here's Looking at You. And track 25, Call Me. So, obviously a lot of famous songs there, and a very large majority is from Parallel Lines, but I mean that's, again, one of those just great albums. So yeah, I think a lot of those did appear on the Best of Blondie, but a lot of really, really solid songs, some of my favorite songs that I feel like just aren't really talked about. So yeah, that was another list I was pretty happy with. Although I did kind of work to get to 25, but don't worry about it. Alright, so the last band is another Elephant Six band. If you don't know what Elephant Six is, it's basically this like collective of like musicians and bands and whatnot that, it's a very long story, but they basically all kind of work together in a sense, not really, and made very like experimental and like cool music. But anyway, this band is the Olivia Tremor Control, which was like one of the 3 or 4 like huge names to come out of Elephant Six. Milk Hotel obviously being another one of those names, but yeah, Olivia Tremor Control. So this one only has 21, and that's because a lot of their songs are like, I don't want to call it random noise, but it's like those random noise tracks, and I'm making sure I don't come off like that because I love those tracks, and that's what make their albums beautiful, is that there's so much passion that you can tell. But when it comes to a best of album, obviously it's gonna be like the more song-like songs. So track 1, The Opera House. Track 2, Jumping Fences. Track 3, Define a Transparent Dream. Track 4, No Growing. And then in parentheses, I actually don't know how it pronounces, Exegesis. Please tell me how to pronounce that. Track 5, Holiday Surprise 1, 2, 3. Track 6, Courtyard. Track 7, Memories of Jacqueline 1906. Track 8, Marking Time. Track 9, Green Typewriters 4. Track 10, A Peculiar Noise Called Train Director. Track 11, Hideaway. Track 12, Black Foliage Animation 1. Track 13, A Sleepy Company. Track 14, Grass Cannons. Track 15, A New Day. Track 16, I Have Been Floated. Track 17, Paranormal Echoes. 18, Black Foliage Itself. Track 19, The Sylvan Screen. Track 20, California Demise 3. And track 21, Love Athena. So, the Olivia Tremor Control only has 2 albums out, as far as I'm aware. I'm pretty sure it's only the Unrealized Music script does get Cubist Castle, I forget the full name, does get Cubist Castle, and Black Foliage Animation Music. I think those are their only 2, and then they have like a compilation of like their singles and like just like random works, which is basically like a whole album in itself, and that's where Love Athena comes from. But so yeah, this list was basically like taking the best from that album and taking the best from that album and putting it into one. So yeah, I would say if you want to get friends into Elephant Six, or like specifically Olivia Tremor Control, just show them these songs, and then if they like it, slowly work in the rest of the albums and all the quote-unquote random noise. And yeah, but there you go. Those are my best of albums for my favorite bands. And let me know if you agree, if you don't agree, if you even knew these songs at all. And like I said, I'll have the lists down in the description so you can, check them out, and not have to just like keep rewatching the video to remember what I said. But yeah, I'm not gonna ask you to make your own because that's way too much work. But it would be cool to see like songs just off the top of your head that you would think you would like put in like a best of album, that maybe I didn't mention. But yeah, thank you very, very much for listening to this. It's a very big passion of mine. And even though it was hard, I did actually have a lot of fun making these lists, and it's something I'm